Corey.
And I'm Shelby.
And we're from Fundy Acres.
It's 100-plus-year-old homestead, mid-renovation at the moment, and about 20 acres worth. I'm going to try our hand at making a sustainable living.
Yeah. So we're going to take a ride through a little bit of property and just give you a
miniature tour.
Yeah, miniature tour of what we got and roughly what our plans are with it.
All right, here we go. So right now we are at the end of the property. It's fairly overgrown. Thankfully the neighbors have cleared out some of the field for us, but the rest has got a long way to go.
It's a work in progress.
Very much a work in progress. The barn, way at the other end, needs to be completely rebuilt. That'll be a winter next spring project. We're planning for this current area to be pigs come the spring, and a garden roughly in behind the tree line. But again, everything is substantially overgrown. We are the first people to live on this property that haven't been from the original owner's family in decades. We've attempted to put in a fire pit, a few random hay bales for target practice because hunting season is upon us. And yeah, that's about the area where the pigs will end. And this area will be the future garden. There's a lot of work to do. We were hoping to get the majority of all this overgrown foliage and underbrush mowed out, but we've seemed to have run into an issue with our lawnmower. So again, thankfully the neighbor has been a little helpful on that front. You can sort of see it poking through the trees. Over there is the back part of one of the sheds and a dormer for the house. All this will be turned into something edible come next fall with any luck. And on the other side of this line of birch trees is our future cattle pasture. And there's the back side of the barn. We're hoping to connect into the cattle pasture. It's a lot of work to do. So we had a bit of a break there because there's a substantial drainage ditch from years ago, and it's hard on the passerby. What's left of the rhubarb patch is the only thing left of the original garden. From what we're told, nothing has really been tended to here in handy to 30 years, so there's a lot of life left to restore. Hopefully we can do it sooner rather than later, but we're definitely looking at a multi-year project. The barn, we're not really sure how it's still standing. We're hoping to rebuild similar to this structure, but we did get aerial footage, photos of the original barn on the property,
which we'll throw up here.
Hopefully we can get that soon. And we plan to rebuild the barn as per those original details.
Yeah, the barn's going to have to be torn down completely to the foundation and then put back up relatively the way it is, except for off this side about 12 feet and off this side about 12 feet. We're gonna put little wings off for more storage space and more space for vehicles, and a place for to process all the animals that we eventually will grow on the property and use for food. So we'll carry on some more here.
So here's a look back over the property. Don't mind the junk. Corey will eventually turn this into his wood workshop and mechanical workshop. More or less garage. And we're off the road a substantial amount, so it's nice to have privacy. And our land actually curves around to go in behind the shed as well. We'll just take you up there. So this is where we pointed out will be the cattle pasture next spring, summer. We have some already developed raspberry bushes. Again, very overgrown.
That's unfortunately the result when no one's done anything with the land for over 30 years. Is everything just grows in. So this winter, mainly, we're gonna clean out some of the trees, some of the brush, so that it's a usable area. And right there is the back side of the barn, and we're going to clear out there so that we can get the cattle back and forth from the barn. And in the wintertime, that's where the cattle will be kept, in the barn.
This pasture measures roughly 2 acres.
Once it's cleared out and cut back a little bit on the overgrowth.
We got a few berry bushes here. I've heard a few different names for them. We're still trying to get down to it whether or not they are edible. Most of this overgrowth will be cleared out. We've actually got neighbors to the one side. They raise sheep. We don't see too much of them. More raspberries to be relocated before the cattle come in. So, as we come around the front of the house, you see the yard, and down over the bank is a substantial amount of water that looks like a pond. It's actually supposed to be more of a brook or a stream, so we'll need that tended to. Definitely needs some landscaping, and of course the house, as you'll see, it needs some paint and definitely a new roof to be done this fall before it gets too cold and it snows.
So that's a quick little tour of our homestead. And if you'd like to subscribe and follow us, turning our ideas and our dreams into reality.
Try to keep everything content-wise uploaded on a somewhat regular basis, at least until we get going. We're here and there, and Corey works away, so we'll do our best to keep you updated as much and as quickly as possible as we progress.
Thanks for watching.